You look so beautiful that guess what? If we don't have any questions, you should go out on a date.
I do have a date with a friend later. It's a girl, but so I am ready for an adventure tonight as soon as we're done.
Okay, that sounds just beautiful. Do we have anybody who has questions that wants to come on live or any questions yet?
Oh, sure. Valerie, you've put a question in first up. Her question is, when taking C60, I wish to increase the amount I'm taking. Is it better to divide it into doses, or can you take it all at once?
Okay, I'll tell you something. Let's first talk about C60. Can somebody grab me a bottle of the C60? It might be over here. And understand something, guys. Can we just talk about it first, and then I'll tell you exactly about the dosage? Understand this, first of all, it is an atomic bomb of healing, okay? So just know that our C60, and I do mean this in the nicest way, but 95% of all C60s are fraudulent, okay? Can you grab me, is there a C60 hemp oil and a C60 MCT oil, please? All right, and if not, ask Lori, okay? All right, now, so C60 is 270 times stronger than vitamin C. Strongest antioxidant on the planet. Just so you know, everyone, there's a bit, when it comes to things on the planet, okay, not all C60s are the same. Most C60 comes from out of China, and then there's a company in Texas that actually makes their C60 with just 1 quart blenders. Okay, you heard what I just said. And what this blender does is it does a vortex, and it's 1 quart, and it does a vortex, and then they let it run in the dark, and most of that C60, their graphene C60, actually comes from China. And ours actually came out of Russia and the Ukraine, okay? All right? Listen to me. They make the best in the world, and it's original. And when we purchased it, it was $35 a gram. Does anybody know what C60 sells for right now? $350 a gram. So most people that are telling you that they are doing C60, it is financially impossible. Okay? So this is called C60 hemp oil here, okay? And it is a mixture of hemp oil, and it's 50-50. Hemp oil, and it's also MCT 60. We carry this one, and we also carry the MCT C60 as an MCT oil as well. So you can get MCT C60, and then you can get a 50-50 split hemp oil, and our hemp oil comes from a Canadian grower, and it is the richest, most beautiful hemp. It is green. It's not brown like the other ones. It is so rich, all right? And the hemp oil has a bit of a nutty flavor, and the MCT C60, it is a very metal flavor. It has no flavor. So when we're dealing with children or we're dealing with people that don't want to taste things, they'll go with the MCT C60, okay? Or if they want a bang, because the hemp oil C60, it actually will work on the brain, okay? And on the endocannabinoid system, which gets knocked out from the blue light. And I will be putting these on throughout the night, not because I think I'm cool, but because these are the only glasses in the world that take blue light and transform it into healing light for my brain. So when I'm done here in 3 hours, I'm going to go swimming with Lori, and we're going to go out biking, okay? So the reality is this, I know I'm off track a little bit, but blue light poisoning is the main poison, even before the chemtrails, even before the glyphosate. Blue light is destroying more lives and creating more disease on this planet. And I'm going to be doing a special on it, and I'm going to prove it, that it causes more free radicals and more damage in the body. And just 30 seconds for a child in front of blue light, okay, destroys their endocannabinoid system from working properly, and it also throws them right out of hormonal and chemical balance, okay, for hours. And for an adult, 3 minutes, that's when your brain starts to fry. And understand, 5,000 teenagers a day minimum in the United States are being diagnosed with cataracts. And all these cataracts, all this glaucoma, all the detached retina, all the burning eyes, all the red eyes, all the floaters, all the myopia, 95% of this is blue light poisoning, and everybody's just doing it as if it's just like breathing. And the reality, I'm coming back to the C60. I apologize, but I need to say this at the very beginning so people get it. Okay? People will do this. They get it on their phone, they get it on their iPad, they get it on their game stations, they get it on their TV, they get it with the LED lighting that they told us that if we put it in, our electrical bill will go down. It's never went down and went up. Okay? And understand this. Natural health doctors, physicians, none of people actually recognize this. Everybody thinks it's 5G, and all this other stuff. Well, you don't even have 5G on your phone. The actual radiation on your phone is the blue light poisoning that's coming off. How about that one, everyone? And so, yeah, I've done a lot today on video, so I'm going to pull it down for the first little bit, but then I've got to wear these glasses because these are Tesla eyewear, and they've got C60 in them. Same C60 that's in here. Now, you're going to ready for a story, everyone? Just know this. You know the graphene that they used with the V to deliver the messenger that is messing people up? Well, that graphene, it's carrying a very deadly message in the V. But in the MCT, okay, C60, and in the miracle molecule C60, which is a hemp oil MCT split, that's graphene. But the message in this graphene is 270 times stronger than vitamin C, and guess what? It neutralizes free radicals faster than anything else. So I think that would be pretty good when blue light causes more free radicals and the worst free radicals than anything else that we can do. And understand, your kids are so getting damaged. And any of you out there that are actually letting your young children have a phone or go on an iPad or play with these things like toys, you are going to lose these kids to AI. And I'm not even talking about the brain burn, the neurological disorders that are happening. It is beyond impossible. My apologies, I'm back now. So when it comes to C60 hemp and C60 MCT mixture, the miracle molecule, or whether you're just going to do the C60 MCT, guess what? You want to start off with a teaspoon. I'm telling you, a therapeutic dosage is 1 teaspoon 3 times a day. And I'm telling you right now, I just talked to a gentleman, and he's overseas. And his brain and his nervous system is fried, okay? And he has prostate problems. He's got bladder problems. He has so much pain in his pelvis. His bowel movements are so messed up. He's got so much anxiety. I'll be starting him with 1 teaspoon every 2 hours, so that's 6 a day. And guess what? That's going to lubricate and heal, okay? I will work him up to 1 tablespoon, all right, 6 times a day, and that will be 2 ounces. And you can believe this or not believe this, but we have people, and guess what? Do know that C60, whether it's either of these products, will heal the brain? Did you know it'll go in and heal any part of the body? But do you know that in the digestive tract, it actually does miracles? Just come and put them there, please. That's it. Enough. I don't want a bunch of walking around and running around. Can I have that? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, great. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so I'm going to be doing that with him. And the reality is this. His bowels are so jammed up that his pelvis is on fire. Because people don't get this. Your large intestine's your holy grail. And I'm telling you right now, between the the black gold and the C60, okay, and the daily cleansing tea, guess what? This guy spent $150,000. And within 3 weeks to 6 weeks, this guy is going to be like, oh my God, I don't want to kill myself. And that's it. You understand? I've been everywhere. I've done everything. This is what I get. If you can't help me, I just rather die. And I go, okay, I get it. You're at the end of your rope, but understand something. This is not a big problem. You got to be kidding me. Oh, no, it's not. It's not a big problem. I want you to relax and know that, guess what? I'll give you your money back for the consultation, okay? Because within 6 weeks to 3 months, I don't care what condition you have, we're going to prove to you that you are amazing and God created something that has unlimited potential to reverse anything that was created, okay? And that's the truth. Are you willing to trust in yourself? Are you willing to have faith? So what was her question? Did I answer it? And if she's on, does she have anything else and want to go deeper with me?
Sure, love. Yeah. Yeah. And the C60 that Daryl's talking about, the mix is the miracle molecule. But yes, her question was take it all at once or microdose it. And
No,
then other questions are, is it
I
heat
got it.
sensitive?
I got to be honest with you, everyone, and this is a true story. I don't hide anything. I'm just a normal guy that poops like you, pees like you, eats like you, lives like you. Okay? And the reality is this, is when I would take it and swig it, okay, all right, because I do a lot of C60, there's been times that I've been on a show and I'm interviewing someone and they're actually, thank God that they're on a roll and they're talking. I will run to the washroom because I took too much C60, because it has too much energy in it. Does everybody understand something? We deal in nutraceuticals. Do you know the difference between a supplement and a nutraceutical? Is the energy, is the light, is the frequency. Understand, how many people buy supplements and it's like, well, I'm not sure if it's working, but I hope it's working, or it did work, but it doesn't work anymore. And that's the reality. So, a couple of times in my life, I took back 2 ounces. Now, if I were to go and do the C60 and go up in increments like a 1/4 ounce, 1/2 ounce, 3/4 ounce, 1 ounce, and I did that over a few days, I didn't jump every day, my body would get used to it and just kick out all lower level toxins. If I put in 2 ounces all at once and I don't have a bowel problem, I've got all this energy in there and it's just going, okay, whatever's in is coming out. So understand something. I want everybody to do gentle baby steps. And that's why we don't mind if you phone us. You can call us with your questions. But if you want to really rock this thing, you're going to get a perfect day consult with Sandra, okay, or myself. Sandra charges $150. I charge $350. But we give you an audio, a 1-hour audio, and we're there to answer your questions for life. And does it look like I'm leaving anytime soon? No, I don't think so. Okay? All right.
Okay, Valerie, if you want to come and chat, because you've also got a question. Oh, the other question, love, was how heat sensitive is it? Lots of people are in Texas and in areas like that.
No, there's no problem. There's no problem. If you just kept it in the cupboard, but keep it in a cooler place. But if it gets hot, it's going to be fine. I wouldn't keep it in direct sunlight. You're going to break it down. Okay, I wouldn't do that. And I keep my C60. Where do I live, Sandra?
Ixtapa, Mexico, tropical
Okay,
location.
and it's always around 96, degrees, all right? So, and it's humid, and the reality is mine is out, but I'm not going to put it in direct sunlight in a window because then it would probably cause some problems. But C60 doesn't go bad. It's so high frequency, okay? It really, truly is. It's good for years, all right? Right here. Hi, Sandy from Ontario. Sandy says, I love my Tesla glasses and EMF necklace. That's this, everyone. It's called a bodyguard. Okay? All right? And just took mine while wearing my Teslas. And understand, like I told you, these are C60 in here. You ever hear of the flower of life, anyone? Guess who developed the fluorine lenses that are in these glasses? Tesla. Yeah. Tesla invented this, and you can get blue light blockers, but guess what? You don't want to block something. You want to transform it into the highest healing that you can possibly do. I hope you know that this will reverse eye conditions, brain conditions, that this is actually putting the C60 that we take orally, it's doing it through my eyes. Everybody, you got to get this. Your eyes do not see. Your eyes just grab onto light and frequency, and it looks like the optic nerve is backwards. It really does, if you look at it. And that's because it slows down the light, slows down the frequency, so that the brain can actually make the images to what you're seeing, because your eyes don't see. Your brain sees. But the problem is guess what? How much can we take blue light? That's 12 noon light, guys. You can't even look into the sun like that. And you are looking into that TV, looking into that phone. You are toast. We will see everyone blind and out of their mind in the next 5 to 10 years because of blue light poisoning. And guess what? They could have put Tesla, they could have put Rife and Lahosky and color therapy on all of these screens, and they could have healed us. I hope you're getting this. Okay? All right, and can we turn on, we got all the air conditionings on. Do we have the one over on the corner? All right, next one, Sandra. And
Sure.
If you've got questions on any other platforms, we've got Restream, and we will answer them for you.
Valerie's also got a question about Merigen. I'm currently taking Merigen first thing in the morning. I use structured water. We keep it in a separate container with Ormus. Would it negate the benefits to use the water with the Ormus added, or should I keep it separate containers? You're totally fine doing that all together. Just keep your Merigen by itself, dear. I have been currently...
you gotta keep your Merigen by itself. You gotta drink the Merigen by itself. You don't want to be you can drink as much water as you want after you take your Merigen, but you want to give a half an hour to everything else except for water. And you want to drink your 16 ounces in 10 minutes, no more than 10 minutes, because in 30 minutes you will lose the calcium ionization from the water, okay? And I want to say something to everyone, and I really should have been doing it a long time ago and actually talking about this, and that's this. Megagen is not expensive. Can somebody grab me, please, the Megagen over there? Okay, it's over here, the green box. Megagen is the least expensive of calcium ion therapy. And if you take Megagen twice a day, guess what? You're stopping osteoporosis, osteopenia, and that's the Megagen. That's the least expensive. That's the Merigen. This is for chronic debilitating problems. Or if you can afford the Merigen, you're going to bring the thunder down. But the Megagen, guys, I got to tell you, did you know the calcium ions do over 120,000 hormonal and chemical processes per second? And you made all your own calcium ions until you were of the age of 28, 30. And then guess what? It just went boom. Okay, guess what else went boom? Your human growth hormone. And that's why you don't have the IGF-1, and that's why you don't have the energy like I do, because I take IGF-1 4 to 6 times a day. It says to take it twice a day, and you can do that, but it's important to me that I have lots of energy, as you can tell. And I do Megagen, and I do it twice a day, all right? And understand something, everyone, just so you know, this is the only calcium ion therapy on the planet that's truly a calcium ion therapy. Everything is not. And I don't mind if somebody wants to come on my show and challenge me, because that's the God's truth. We can show you tens of thousands of testimonials, everything from Lou Gehrig's to diabetes to every form of stage 4 inflammation, which they call the big C, okay, or any condition, this will affect it. But here's the deal. Even when you first take it, do you know how important calcium ions are to your body? How many people here know that without calcium that gets into your body properly, if you're low on it, I'll tell you one little thing. There are actually, like I said, 120,000 chemical and hormone and 120,000 hormonal and chemical processes. But here's one you didn't know. If you don't have enough calcium, you don't actually, in the lining of your stomach, the calcium is responsible for fitting the right amount of hydrochloric acid and at the right time, okay, to digest your food. And does anybody know what I'm talking about? Your stomach is the bulldog, the guard to what? Getting rid of bad bacteria, fungus, and parasites. Did you get that? So that's why people are full of parasites. Because the guard dog, known as their stomach, has no teeth. The hydrochloric acid is so weak, and it's also in a very small quantity now because of, oh my God, blue light poisoning. I bet you didn't know that. Okay, so see how it's all just kind of all tied up together. So this is why, okay, if you're not having very good digestion, it all starts in the stomach. And if it screws up there, then it's a domino effect to a bumpy road all the way down to your rectum. And that's like 32 feet, 33 feet. Sandra?
Perfect. Valerie's got lots of questions, love. Why don't you be brave and hit that unmute there, girl? You've got lots of questions. Here she comes. She's got more questions about yeah, that's right. She's working on it. She's giggling. Okay. She's got questions about the Ormus and spraying it on the skin. Are we going to keep that to just the mineral spraying on the skin with the Ormus, Daryl?
Well, if you're going to spray the Ormus on the skin, you need to be spraying the Beyond Ormus electrolyte mineral magnesium spray. It says that. And it actually, you know, it comes with a sprayer. And the absorption of the Beyond Ormus Minerals magnesium spray is the highest absorption of any magnesium. Did you know that magnesium taken through the skin is absorbed way better than through the mouth? And if you might have known this, because I guess you call it bragging. I brag about it all the time that our electrolytes, okay, which is minerals that are electrically charged, are the highest electrolyte charged minerals on the planet that we know of. And so when you're spraying, you're not just getting the magnesium in, okay? The Ormus, because it is an Ormus, and if you understand about Ormus, Ormus takes about 4 weeks to make. And Ormus is an electrical charge substance that actually works on the emotional, etheric part of the body. You're not just getting minerals, okay? You're getting minerals that'll work on your emotional, mental part that actually help to stabilize you. And it can be very important in these times.
Okay, she's also got questions about ivermectin. There you go, Valerie. Why don't you ask your question about ivermectin?
Yeah, I made it. I recently started taking it. I put it off because I don't like taking pharmaceuticals. But I've been addressing this issue for 3 years now.
What issue?
Breast cancer.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you something. You can take ivermectin, and I don't want to be a poo-poo guy, and I will never, ever poo-poo on anything that is going to do something, save lives, change lives. I swear. I will never do it. Okay, there will never be, well, if I tell them this, maybe they won't buy this. If you're going to buy ivermectin, please order it from India. Do not get it from America because it's got graphene in it.
I already have.
Do not get the ivermectin from Mexico because it's highly toxic with heavy metals. Okay, and India is the place to get it. I know that for sure. But here's the deal: you do know that if you take ivermectin and you go in, what it's really doing is killing those parasites. You do know that if you kill those adult parasites, they're not going to be giving off a hormone. And that's what adult parasites do, is they give off a hormone so that the eggs don't hatch that they have laid, because they want all the food, they want all the nutrition. But as soon as you actually kill those parasites with ivermectin, see, I'm not interested in killing anything. I don't want to kill the worms. I want to drive the worms out. I want to create an environment that the worms are driven out, and they won't come back if you keep that environment like that. I'm into a perfect day. I'm not into going in and killing the stuff, okay? But I'm telling you that if you've had enough and you want to try it, you go ahead and do it. The ivermectin will kill the adults, and you better make sure that you're doing, if you don't want to be doing daily cleansing tea and black gold to keep those bowels moving and grabbing all of that stuff, the heavy metals, the chemicals, the parasites, with the black gold and the daily cleansing tea, it'll affect every cleansing organ in your body to bring the energy in, to make it clean properly. Then those dead soldiers of those adults are going to be laying inside of you, decomposing. And when they die off, those babies are going to hatch, okay, within 10 days. And now you're going to have to go back and take ivermectin again, okay? So if you want to do the ivermectin thing, you're going to have to go right back in there 8 to 10 days later, and you're going to have to hit it again. Then you're going to have to hit it again 10 days later. But you got to make sure that you are bringing down the toxic load of waste in your colon and liver, because that'll help to drain the rest of the body. And then you better be making sure that you are bringing in electrolytes, fatty acids, and amino acids to actually bring up your reserves of your nutrition and your energy.
Okay, that's why I was asking about the ivermectin, because I've only been taking it for like maybe a month. And I know I've listened to a lot of your talks, and I understand about the invisible creates the visible. I did notice I have a reoccurrence. I had surgery. I did not do chemo. I did not do radiation. I didn't do any hormone blockers. I refused everything other than 2 tumors I had taken out and 3 extra lymph nodes. But I have a reoccurrence, and I've been addressing that for about a year.
Okay, can I
So,
say something? Watch
yeah.
out for this. Watch out for the silver bullet therapy. Okay.
What are you saying? Silver bullet therapy. What do you mean by that?
Ivermectin is not a silver bullet.
Well, I
Because the
realize
reality
that.
is, it is a bullet and it will kill things. But the reality is you would not have this if the inner terrain and these tissue cells had 0.04 volts in them. Okay, so that's the reality.
I get that. That's why I was asking about continuing to take it, because I was aware of that. I am on just about every product you have.
Are you? Can I ask you a question? Are you doing the ultimate coffee enema?
Yeah, I have done some, not as
No,
often
I
as I
need
should.
you feel free to call me, and I don't care if you call me every day or two, but you need to do it for 20 days in a row, and I want to know what's going on and what's coming out. And then the other thing I want you to do
20
is,
days in a row.
how often do you feel nauseous?
You know what? Since starting your stuff, I don't, every once in a while, but I have literally projectile vomited 3 separate times since starting your stuff, and I know it's my body eliminating.
Yeah, that's right, because the vibration's coming up, and I don't want you to do projectile vomiting. I need you to do therapeutic vomiting. It's so important. I need you to strategize it. Okay, I feel like I need to throw up. And understand something. You can believe that it's a physical thing, but it's not. It's an emotional thing. When you bring up your vibration, you're going to kick out issues in your tissues that were actually emotional things that you were unable to process properly at a certain time in your life.
I'm aware.
Get 3 16-ounces of water, and understand, people will say, oh my gosh, use distilled water, it's empty, it'll detoxify better. No, it won't actually, because the water has to be structured to be able to hydrate into the cells. So if you want to go with distilled water, go with distilled water, but run it through a structure unit. It doesn't have to be mine, but run it through a structure unit, because a structured water has 1,000% better hydration, otherwise detoxification as well. What goes in comes out. So your detox is going to be so much better. And you don't have to do it my way, but get 3 16-ounce glasses, warm water, not hot, and then we put just a pinch of black diamond in each. And then what you do is you drink 1 16-ounce glass, and then you test it out. And if you can get a close-up, please. You go underneath the left side of your rib. When you see me actually go here, can you come in? Okay, thank you. And you're going to actually wiggle like this, and you're going to keep doing it. Now, understand something. If you've got a vibrator, and it's good to put the vibrator there. I have what's called a mini thumper, and it's really great if you want to get right into it. And then you just vibrate right here. So I've done 16 ounces, and you know what? If I have a jar and I want to clean it, I'm going to fill it 60% of water, and I'm going to give it a good shake, and I'm going to rinse it out and clean it out. So I want you to do 16 ounces, and I want you to wiggle. And if it feels like it's about 60% full, go by your gut instinct, okay? You're rolling. And I promise you, if you do this, your mouth will start to water after a while. And then, because if you already feel like you're going to get sick, let's not have the hydrochloric acid and all the acidity hurt our esophagus or our trachea, or hurt our heart, or go into our lungs. And understand, If you do therapeutic vomiting, guess what you're going to do? You're going to get rid of what caused the cancer. And you're going to. It's issues in your tissues. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to renew your stomach. Everybody's stomach has about a 1/16 of an inch of mucus on the inside, causing the hydrochloric acid not be able to dump properly, and then allowing acidity to build up, not hydrochloric acid, but allowing acidity to build up in there. And that acidity is what causes every inflammatory problem. So if you did therapeutic vomiting and you went, whoa, that was orgasmic, and it will feel orgasmic. It is such a relief. No burning throat. It's just, whoa, whoa. And it may happen about
I'll tell you what, that first time, it was pretty therapeutic. I mean, I threw up and laid on the floor, and then I slept for 2 hours.
Yeah, because guess what? Your body finally went into a parasympathetic state because you were actually not in a parasympathetic state. You were in a fight, fright, flight. And as soon as you got that out, it was allowed to just go, we need to heal.
And then I felt fine when I got up.
I know
mean,
you did, but you know what?
time-
There's a better way, and it's called therapeutic vomiting.
Well, I believe you. But I am on the black gold. I mean, I don't drink a lot of coffee. I drink a cup or two in the morning.
Well,
My
just
black gold's
but
in my
make sure you
coffee.
structure it. Structure the coffee.
It's structured.
And
I
then-
structure everything that goes in my mouth when I'm at home.
And then put, if you can, or you have it, make sure that you put C60 into it and just a pinch of black diamond. And guess what? Now you've got a bulletproof coffee.
Really? C60
Yes.
and black diamond.
Oh, yeah. Just a pinch of black diamond. You don't need much.
I'm drinking it now.
Okay.
But yeah, I do that in the morning, and then I don't know. I do intermittent fasting. I don't usually eat anything until like maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, sometimes later. I don't get hungry because I'm doing all this, the black diamond and everything else. I don't get hungry.
Well, can I say something? And I want everybody to hear this. Our bodies do not need food. It
I've
needs
heard you
very
say
little
that.
food. Okay?
I'm beginning to totally believe that.
You know what I just had now? And I haven't eaten at all today. I haven't even had my blender drink. I've only been drinking.
Well,
How am I
I've done
looking? Am I
that,
okay?
And look, I get busy and I look around and it's like 6 o'clock and I haven't even been hungry, and I've been out working in the garden all day. I
It's
mean,
called
I'm not sedentary, but I'll have like 3 eggs and a scoop of like real high flavanol coffee with just a little bit of raw honey in it, enough to just sweeten it a little bit.
That's
And
great.
a little water. And I put my black gold in there, and I've got an immersion blender, and I drink that every day. So I've been getting the black gold in me, and I've been using the black diamond and everything. I mean, my dogs get it in their drinking water. But I've been doing all that, and I've been taking the C60, but I'd like to up my C60 because where I'm at financially, I'm retired, so I'm on limited income. And I want to hit this harder. So the Marigen in the morning, and I figured if I did my Marigen in the morning and then upped my C60, I can afford that better than 2 or 3 bottles of Marigen a month. I mean,
I would do that, sweetie. I would do what you're talking about. And somebody asked a question on here, and I'm just going to say this. No, first of all, breakfast didn't exist until 110 years ago. And everybody said, I'm going to break my fast. And they took break and fast, they put it together, made breakfast. That was a cereal company and the animal protein people. And it's a real big mistake, everyone. You are destroying the circadian rhythm of a human being, and you are destroying your circadian rhythm. You're not supposed to eat until closer to noon. From 4 o'clock in the morning until noon, we detoxify. Whether you want to believe it or not, doesn't matter. It's circadian rhythm. From 12 until 8, that's when we eat. And the reality is this, You get anybody out there that eats 3 meals a day, take away 1 meal, and they're going to be healthier right off the bat. And it doesn't matter even if they're eating just garbage, they're going to be healthier. Next thing is that remember something, everything you drink and everything you eat leaves the body. Everything you ever ate, every supplement you ever took left the body. The only thing that stayed behind was the frequency and the light. And that's what we are. We're light, energy, electrical, magnetic beings, and the invisible creates the physical, the psychological rules the biological, and that's it. Everything invisible is the most powerful thing of us. And if we honor and respect that, then guess what? I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You'll never see me with a chronic disease or even a cold or a flu. Go ahead, love.
Okay, so my question about using the Ormus sprayed on the skin was, I've been putting some in, like I use structured water in my bath. I mean, I don't take a bath in unstructured water either. But I've been adding like about 4 droppers to a bath, not every day, but
4
I'll
droppers
take
of what to the bath?
Ormus and the magnesium. About four or 5 scoops of the magnesium to a full bath of water. Sometimes some baking soda, sometimes some salt, but and I soak in that, and it just makes you feel heavenly. But
It will.
I realized the
It's all
skin,
about the electrical charge in the water, okay?
yeah. And I realized the skin has the ability to absorb way better than the intestinal tract. So I've been doing that, you know, especially if I have a day where I'm feeling tired, you know, where because I'll have days where I feel really tired, and I know that's probably I'm detoxing something, because it's not every day.
I know,
But I do
but I'm not saying that it is this, but please do me a favor and check in with you and then take a look at the subconscious programming that's going on and see if you backtracked into your past and you were working on something that wasn't your business.
Okay, well that might be
Please,
too.
please, please. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to call me and go, I caught the little sucker. You're
Yeah,
going to be
that's
drained.
interesting.
We drain our energy through idle thoughts because the subconscious is not logical and the subconscious, okay, is not smart. It's only as smart as the beliefs that we got from 0 to 7, because most people have never ever went to brainwash boot camp and decided to create their own authentic belief system.
Oh, I agree with that. We've been lied to about everything from the time we were born. Um, I was lucky in that respect. I grew up in a very different household. Um, but I did, yeah, I mean, you know, you have teachers, you have peers, you have society. I mean, I totally agree with you on that. I didn't have the same emotional structure as a child. I've had a lot of other things happen to me in my life, but I was lucky in that respect. I didn't have that browbeating or the, you know, the abuse at home or any of that.
Is
Um,
it your right breast?
yes,
Okay. Are you married?
not anymore.
Okay. All right.
I have a very good partner now that is on the same page with me spiritually, and
Okay.
um,
How about the last one? What's going on there with you?
he ran.
I know, but how does that make you feel? Angry?
Oh, well, I was devastated for 6 months or
Okay,
longer.
well, there's your breast problem.
Well, that and I lost my daughter too 10 years ago.
Okay, well, usually your daughter would be your left breast. The right breast is a male dominant situation usually.
Huh, that's interesting.
Do me a favor and go and just watch The Emotional Chemistry of Cancer, Disease, and Healing.
I've seen that. I've
I took a
watched
year
it.
and a half. I took a year and a half to write that. And then we
Well, I
shot it as a
don't doubt
master
it a
class.
bit.
Pardon?
Dr. Ravici did studies on that, and I've read his book. Um, And there are links, and I do believe that. I do have a question about the C60, because you were talking about in that stuff where a part of the brain will get damaged from inflammation, and it'll get damaged in that area that creates the breast cancer. I'm
Yeah, but the
curious.
C60 will override it and create a whole
That's
new
my
pathway.
question.
It'll
That's my
shut,
question.
this is a fact, it'll shut the pathway down if it's dysfunctional, and it will create a new pathway right over top of it.
That's where I was going with that. I wanted to know if the C60 would do
That's
that.
where the brain is neuroplastic, right?
Oh,
It
yeah.
can reshape and it can rebuild itself. You know, up until 1986, every psychologist, psychiatrist was told to shut down everything. The brain you get is the brain you get, and that's what you're stuck with. Well, it's not even
BS.
true. It's not even true. Okay?
No, I know it's not.
Yeah.
I live my life totally different than most people. I just have some things that I'm working through from my past, and you don't have time for me to go into that. I could write a book and they'd swear I was lying. But
You know what? I think, love, we could all write a book, but you know what? The only time I think I'm going to write a book is when I'm totally finished with being a practitioner, because if I actually wrote my life story, people would be going, what? And the only thing is, you know, the people that actually, okay, that, you know, in life, what happens to you, it either makes you stronger or it makes you into a victim. And it all depends on how you look at your story. That's it.
Oh, I'm not a victim. I have been, but I have overcome a lot of things, and never again. But, you know, like I said, my last husband ran from me because he was narcissistic, but not like most he was a passive aggressive narcissist, and I threw it back at him. He didn't like it. You know, I'm one of the people that when somebody tells me something, I have a tendency to make them look at themselves, and they don't like it. But yeah, I've overcome an awful lot, and I'll never go back to what I was. I mean, that's why I am the way I am, and I revel in it now. But
Well, I know,
do
but guess
have
what?
this
You need to.
residual thing going on here that, you know.
I know, but you need to find out what is your chokehold. You get rid of your chokehold, your breast will heal faster than the speed of light. What is your chokehold?
Well, I'm going to have to do some digging there.
Well, you don't
My
have to do any
problem is
digging.
I'm so busy to sit and do anything. I do a
Oh,
lot of
one second.
I do walking
Okay,
meditation.
1 second. Hold on a second here. You're only so busy because you don't want to be quiet enough to find the answer because your subconscious is running you. Understand something. Never be too busy, okay, to find your chokehold. So understand, don't let your subconscious run this conversation right now. You're not too busy. You make yourself busy because you don't want to sit down. But you need to find that inner peace, that calm, because what you're going to do, then it will come to you. Let me tell you something. God only whispers, and if you want to know instinctively what is actually that bump in the road, then you better slow down.
Okay, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm a person that I grow a huge garden to live off of. I mean, I distrust the food
Yeah, and I'm
sources
going to
so
tell you
much.
something. I'm going to tell you something. When you start honoring that part of yourself, your gardening will be done more efficiently and quickly.
Well, that's my walking meditation, really. I get a lot of things that will come to me in the garden,
I get it.
you know. Literally. I mean,
Just watch out. I know a lot of gardeners, and guess what? When their back is killing them, their knees are killing them, they go and push themselves for another hour, and that causes the acidity that feeds the problem.
Well, I'm guilty of that.
I know you are. I know you are. You are not very nice to yourself.
Oh, I've lived a rough life.
No, you've pushed yourself too hard.
Well, it's part of living my life because I don't trust the food sources. I grow my own food. We preserve, we
Listen to me.
dry.
Okay,
I mean,
I just want you
I
to
don't buy
understand
hardly
something.
anything in the grocery store, and I haven't for 3 years. I mean, I've always had a garden, but now it is a priority that I
Okay.
see as a major importance because I don't trust what's in the store.
Okay, I understand all that, neither do I, love. But understand, everything in my life, I sit down quietly and I continually keep on re-strategizing everything I do, and I become more time efficient and more energy efficient. So understand something. Come from a different point of view. Please, let's not wrestle. Me and you don't need to wrestle. I'm trying to
I'm
tell
not
you.
trying to. I'm just explaining what I do. Just so
I know,
you
and
know.
I'm trying to tell you, just try to put a little bit more feminine energy into it and a little bit more breath where it's a, okay? And just leave
Okay.
space. Leave space.
All righty.
You
I
know,
will work on
whether you
that.
want to believe this or not, okay? I've been intuitive since I was 12 years old. I say the things I say because of the things that I am told to say sometimes. And I'm telling you, you need to leave some space for that heart of yours.
I believe you.
Okay?
I do have to tell you too. I recently started using that detox tea, and I'll do my morning stuff, and I'll drink a good sized jar of detox tea before I have my shake, whatever.
Yes,
That's
love.
something else I do in the morning. And I have been, I mean, I need to lose about another 30 pounds. Um, I weigh more than people think I do, but I have a lot of muscle mass. I've lost no muscle mass whatsoever. But I've been steadily dropping a pound. I go back and weigh myself, a couple of days later, another pound. I mean, and I'm down to 157 now. I'm 5'6", 5'6.5". I should weigh around 130. I've been down there before, and I'm about right there because my muscle mass, I've had it checked, and it's about 118 normally. So I'm down to 157 now, and I haven't weighed 157 in a long time.
Well, guess what? For every pound you lose, there's another pound of inflammation and infection.
Exactly.
Okay?
And I'm thrilled to death with that, but I noticed that this started dropping off when I started that detox tea. I
Yeah,
do
it
want to
will.
tell you that
Well,
it's
the daily cleansing tea, here it is right here. The reason why is it's not a poop tea. It's to go in and it helps your blood, your lymph, your lungs, your liver, okay? And your large intestine and kidneys. It helps all 5 detox organs.
I
So,
realize that.
yeah.
I've been an herbalist for 45 years. I look at every label, trust me, and I listened to your information. I haven't looked at every single bit of it, the time factor, but I recently started doing I have one of your clappers, and I've started
And
doing
I
that.
wanted to say this, love. 1 second, it's very important. You need to clap, and you need to clap for about 3 to 5 minutes under your arms every day. And you got to use your hands under your arms. But with the clapper, okay, you can use the clapper. Make sure you do under here to get all your lymph nodes. And then make sure, can we get a widescreen shot, please? And make sure that you use your hands under your arms. And there I want 3 to 5 minutes. I want it to be actually, when you're done, I want it red, so much circulation. And if you find that it goes black and blue, that is actually the poisons in your breasts coming out. So understand, nobody bruises. Okay, it's not called bruising. It's called bringing the infection on an emotional and physical level to the surface. You will get to the point that you'll be clapping and you'll be doing it, and you'll know when your breasts are clear because you won't get any swelling, you won't get any bruising. And I'm telling you, this is how you clear it. And then also do your under your clavicle area right here on both sides. And then
I've been doing that.
inside your arm to make sure you clear your heart and lungs. And then do either side of your groin and the back of your knees. And if you did that every day as your exercise, everybody on this planet needs to clap their lymph. And I'm telling you, you have to clap your lymph. Look at, there's weight loss there. There's actually immune building there. Okay, the lymphedema, okay, the lymphoma, okay. Every breast problem never happens unless there's a lymph problem. Every lymph problem never happens unless there's a bowel problem. There.
Well, you see, can you see my arm?
Yes, I can, sweetheart.
You see the bruising on it?
I can.
That was just from using my hands.
Yeah, and guess what? I'm going to tell you. Yeah, and you'll come on here if you keep it up and keep working the inner elbow, and you keep working that. And guess what? Probably within the next 4 weeks, if you do this every day, you'll be clapping, and you can clap for 10 minutes, and you'll never bruise again. And that's coming from your heart and lungs, everyone. If you do the inner arm, and when you clap, everyone. You know, you're clapping like this hard. You can tell I clap. You see how I don't twinge like this? Oh, oh. You know, that's what everybody does because everybody's been taught to run from pain, and everybody has only one virus because there's only one virus on this planet, and that's called victimitis. And that's why people don't understand. You've got to master pain, and pain is just a GPS that God gave you to tell you when you have pain, you're a little off track, come on back, find out why, because your cells and your bacteria are talking to you and telling you that you are not loving and honoring yourself. Go ahead, sweetheart.
I have some bruising up here too.
From what?
Because I do my necks, under my arms, my chest, as far down as I can.
And
here.
if you want to bring that bruising down, then you go and do an ultimate coffee enema using the black gold and do it for 20 days, and your bruising is going to be cut down by 50 to 60%.
How much does that raise the glutathione? I can't remember. I know it's what 600% or something?
Yes, love, but everybody's different. That's the maximum, but everybody's different. I wouldn't say everybody, okay? And remember, and to do the ultimate coffee enema, the portal vein is only 2 to 3 inches inside the rectum. So you'll never fail at it. And the more you do it, the more you'll nail it, okay?
All righty. I appreciate your time. I wanted to wait to talk to you because I wanted to get my questions answered, and see what was going on with me. I've seen a lot, and trust me, I mean, I've seen a lot of changes.
Well, there's a lot more to come. Can you do me a favor? Can you have the most important romance with yourself for the next maybe 6 months so you can bloody well heal? Thank you.
Love myself.
Yeah, there's a thought. Don't go to the bathroom again unless you look in the mirror and you go, I will love, honor, and protect you and respect you. And then I want you to walk through your day and I want you to say this. Okay? Why am I so healthy? Why am I so healthy? Okay? All right? Why did my breast heal so well? And guess what? The universe is going to answer you and tell you why. Okay? How's that?
Okay.
All right.
I don't want to take up your whole evening, but
well, guess what?
It.
A lot of people learned a lot. And you know what? I remember when I used to get very uncomfortable when people would talk too much. And you didn't talk too much. You just talked too right. Thank you.
All right. Well, you're welcome. It's a pleasure meeting, and I got a face to put with Sandra now, too.
Yeah, she's a beauty. And so are you. And so are you. Okay?
All right.
All right.
Well, on to anything else you have to say. I'll bow to you right now. So
And
I'm pleased to
and
talk
I will
to
bow
you.
to you, my love.
You crack me up. I listen to you and I'm like, I'm dying laughing on a lot of the stuff you do, because I've lived this for 45 years. I'm like you. I've been at this for as long as you have, but not at your level.
Well, it's like this. When in doubt, okay, let's shout it out and have some fun. Okay?
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you, sweetie.
You're welcome. Have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you very much, Valerie. Just like Daryl said, so many people would have learned so many things, even if their situation isn't exactly like yours. Many of these things will cross over. Well, Daryl, let's take a bit of a bathroom break. Let's play up a video or an advertisement, and let's take a break.
And when we come back, if it's okay, I'd like to talk about salt. Okay? Because it's so important, everyone. Okay?
Sounds good. Take a break, everybody.
I ask you, when will you take the greatest journey of your life to uncover and discover your true authentic self as a spirit being having a human experience? My name is Dr. Daryl Wolf, and I personally invite you to the platform that unites the world, Braveheart Nation app. This life-saving app was created with the vision of a united community powered by unconditional love and total self-worth. Make no mistakes. The BHM app is like no other. We've pulled out all the stops to connect you with like-minded leaders, life-changing, life-saving practices, advanced masterclasses, BHN True Vision shows, along with mind-blowing docu-series to raise your frequency by igniting the all-powerful heart-brain connection. And then there's the self-assessment quizzes to get to the root cause of those issues in your tissues. And how about finding the perfect match, that perfect life partner? And let's not forget our New World Practitioners Map at your fingertips. Welcome to Braveheart Nation, where all lives matter. I truly believe this is the world's most powerful self-love, self-care app that's ever been created. All of our Braveheart family is so excited and honored to have you on board. You were created to create a masterpiece. Let's get to it, my beautiful Bravehearts. Welcome back, you beautiful Bravehearts. Jennifer wants to know, what's the truth about salt? Well, let me just tell you this. I don't think you can get enough of it, to be honest with you. And just know this, when they tell you to cut back on your salt, okay, you're being set up again, all right? And the reality is this, okay? You want to put salt in everything. You know what? You see this? This is lemonade that I made, but I made it out of limes, okay? And I've got some really good organic honey in there. I put a little bit of black diamond in there. And I put some Ormus minerals in. But what else did I put in, everyone? How about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt? And that's what I put in every time I do this. And I probably do this 4 or 5 times a day. And, you know, I'll switch from what's called real salt, Redmond's real salt, to Celtic salt or really good sea salt. So I'll bounce around. But understand something, an adult could take up to a tablespoon of salt a day. And understand, that'll bring up your electrical charge. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. You have no idea how important salt is. You have no idea how they want to screw you over, okay? And understand this, the people that are telling you that you shouldn't have salt, okay, they are actually moronic. They don't even know what they're talking about. They're just puppeteers. That's all they are. It's the same thing with cholesterol. Did you know the people with the highest cholesterol live the longest? Why don't you do your homework? Did you know that that cholesterol levels were never ever worried about unless you were at 350? And I'm not even sure if that's a problem. I don't believe it anymore. And now they're telling you it's 220 or 250. And understand, that's low cholesterol. And they're saying it's high cholesterol. And guess what? Big Pharma can lie their butt off to you, and they can bring you down, and they can hurt you with their statins that you can't remember your granddaughter or your son or your wife or your husband. And understand that. We're not taking it anymore. We're not. We're going to wake up. We're going to wake up all the lions, okay? Because we need to. We need to wake up all the lions, and we need to come together. One lion, okay, is stronger than 1,000 hyenas. You think about that, everyone. Sandra?
Sure thing. Okay, let's go to Shelly. She is asking about detoxing heavy metals. And Shelly, you're on Zoom, so if you want to unmute, there, I can see you there.
Hi there.
Hi, Shelley.
Hi, guys. I am new to you. I had been working with some doctors for the last 2 or 3 years and came across you guys, and I'm loving what I'm seeing. And I've never done a heavy metal test. I mean, detox, and I did a test, and I'm pretty high in strontium. So I started with EDTA and then toxin binder from Dr. Group at Global Healing. And I have methylation problems, I believe, so I take the methylated B vitamins. But boy, I get
Okay, just know this, that's a bowel problem, but go ahead.
okay. No, yeah, and I would agree very much.
Okay,
So.
all right, love. No, it is. It's 100% a bowel problem. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I was a flight attendant for 30 years.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit of bowel pressure, okay?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I'm very sensitive, very reactive. Lived on not knowing anything. Lived on antibiotics and steroids. Fortunately, I'm not vaccinated other than childhood vaccinations and flu shots in the beginning. But other than that, I have been on the healing journey literally for the last physically 5 years, spiritually 20 years. But I was told by a functional neurologist 5 years ago, if I didn't retire, I'd be dead in 2 years. So my lymph was backed up, everything. So I have been on the healing journey doing gut, liver, everything. And this was the first heavy metal. Oh, you talk about sore. I'm just wondering, I mean, I don't mind the pain, but is there a more gentle way to use it? I've not done the C60. I've not used your products, but
One second, just know this. I don't do these routines. I don't do them anymore. I stopped them all.
Okay.
I don't do these aggressive detoxes, okay?
Good to know.
I believe they're wrong.
Too harsh on the body is what
Okay, first of all, I believe in creating a perfect day. When I do a consultation, I create a perfect day for my clients, patients. They come, some think they're patients, some think they're just clients, whatever they want to be. The reality is that I'm called the doc of detox, and that's an oxymoron, because once you learn how to do a perfect day, after 3 to 6 months, you are just doing that perfect day for the rest of your life. Gentle baby loving steps. You don't ever have to do anything again. You'll never rush to your bowel. You'll never rush to the fungus. You'll never rush to the bad bacteria. You'll never rush to the parasites again. A lot of my colleagues have their head up their butt. Okay? I'm going to tell you, that was over a long time ago. 20 years ago, it was over for me. First we cleaned the colon, then we cleaned the liver, then we cleaned the kidneys, then we cleaned the lungs. Then we clean, oh my God. And
Yeah.
guess what? We all see, the problem is the medical system did such a good job on us. Okay? All right? And we don't need to do that. I'm going to tell you right now that the most important thing that you should have done that you didn't do is actually focus just on your large intestine and your liver. That's first and foremost. All right? I will say that 98% of all the kidney disease, and kidney disease is going through the roof, is all because of the colon and the liver. Now just know this, so is the fungus, so is the parasites, so is the heavy metals, and it's all because of the colon and the liver. And understand something, we have our head up our butt so far. First of all, your large intestine, sweetie, is 85% of your immune system. So
Yeah.
don't you think that 85% of your attention should go there? What do you think? Let's just be logical just for a second and be an 8-year-old child and not some kind of programmed adult that your skull is so thick that you'd need a sledgehammer to get in. And that's what I deal with every day. And you know what? This isn't frustration. Because guess what? It's not their fault. But the reality is this, guess what? Your bacteria talk to your brain 9 times, and your brain only talks to your body once for every 9 times it does. How important is it? And guess what? Everything that the medical system does is emphasized on killing the bacteria in your body, which is killing everybody on this planet. So there could be a clue here. And the reality is seeing that the colon, when it gets backed up and broken down, the liver has to take the load. When the liver has to take the load, and it's been going on for years, guess what? First I get chronic fatigue, then I get fibromyalgia, and now I'm getting this so-called chronic illness, and now I have an autoimmune disease, and there isn't any autoimmune disease. You never had an autoimmune disease, girl. You got poisoned, and then your body is attacking the poison, not attacking you. They're lying about that, and every functional medicine doctor's got his head up his butt. There's no autoimmune disease. You can't show me any science. So if I were to get you to go do daily cleansing tea, black gold, we'll do 10 days of the ultimate coffee enema, and you're going to use the black gold again. Why? Black gold, okay, first of all, humic fulvic, okay, is way beyond shilajit. If I have to listen to shilajit, it's the cheap stuff, okay? And then there's zeolite. But zeolite doesn't work like humic fulvic. Bentonite doesn't work like that. Diatomaceous earth doesn't. Charcoal doesn't, but charcoal can definitely help an acidic stomach, an acidic body to soak it up. So will zeolite. But now let's talk about it. So we're the only company in the world that actually doesn't use chemicals to process our humic fulvic. Now, are you ready? Black Diamond will actually clear out every parasite, all heavy metals, all chemicals, fungus, and molds, okay, out of your digestive tract from your mouth to your rectum. When black gold gets into the colon, it actually helps to reinstate mother's bacteria, which is the only bacteria, nothing else counts. Don't tell me about this expensive bacteria you took. All it's going to do is just buffer things down. It can't live in you. You can't have an alien bacteria think that strain is going to stay. It's not. It's mommy all the way. It's not daddy. It's mommy's bacteria. Okay, so that's all we need for that. Okay, but I will tell you that if you did the ultimate coffee enema for 10 days and you want to check in with me, you go ahead. You got to bring me up to speed when you call me. And then guess what? We might have to go for 10 more days. And I think with you, we probably would go for 20. Okay? And the other thing is please read about vaginal infusion. Vaginal infusion will bring your feminine vibration power back faster than anything else. A woman will absorb nutrition through her vaginal canal 500% greater than actually through your mouth. Okay? And if you heal your pelvis, your ovaries, okay, if you still got them.
I don't.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Go in. You don't need them. You don't need them. And that's why I said it, because most women don't have them anymore. And you know why? Are you ready? And this is not to disrespect you, sweetheart.
Oh, no, I wish I knew this stuff before.
Your ovaries rotted out.
Yeah.
They rotted out because you were pooping in your pelvis. That's it.
Yep.
They rotted out. They couldn't handle it. Okay? Now, even though they said you needed them cut out, if you would have met me, you would put $1 on the table. I'll put 10,000. And I guarantee you, in 6 weeks, we have you out of the fire and your ovaries are doing push-ups. And your uterus is helping them. And understand something right now. Just look at vaginal infusion, look at the daily cleansing tea, black gold, and then do the ultimate coffee enema and just have faith that I'm not lying to you, okay? And understand something. You're going to call me and go, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
For the money that you'll spend. And understand, black gold, when it goes into your digestive tract, okay, when it gets in there, if you had one, and I'm not making this stuff up, if you had one mummy's bacteria, and everybody has one, everybody has way more than one, okay, you'll have 1 trillion in days to just a couple of weeks.
Ugh. You don't know how happy I am that I just talked to you. Thank you.
And
Where will I find out about vaginal infusion?
What's your name? What's your name?
I'm Shelley. Shelley.
Shelley?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Shelley, when you call, just say, I'm Shelley on docket, because I take about 50 to 70 calls a day. Okay?
Okay.
And understand something. Sandra, do you want to come on and talk about the vaginal infusion, and then I'll just shut my masculine mouth for a minute?
Sure, dear. Yeah. So we use our silver bullet gel, which is a lovely vegetable gelatin with liquid silver in it, about 40 times as strong as our liquid. We use that as the base. We'll put a dash of the black diamond or the bright eyes in. We want a little bit of fulvic in this mix because that's what's going to bind to the toxins and help move them out. We're going to top it up with some C60. A teeny bit of Beyond Ormus is fine in there as well. And we're going to add in some frankincense or frankinzen. We've got 2 versions in the store. We're going to mix that up. We're going to use a little device that just looks like a small plunger. It's nice and slim. It's going to fit inside any female. And you're going to have it all prepared. Lay down, put your hips up on a pillow, insert it. Let it sit in there and absorb for at least 20 minutes.
Or longer.
Or longer, yeah. I have trouble sitting still, so my habit has been just to figure out how much my body can hold overnight comfortably. And like I said, every woman is a different height, size, and shape, so every lady will hold a different amount. Absorbs in all night long. The next morning, simply the pressure of urinating will help push it out. If you're in the very beginning, you might have quite a few fibroids. When I would check out the wall of my vagina, it felt like bumps, like each finger would be a bump, right? So I needed to help it out in the very beginning and do just a little bit of douching with warm structured water, a little bit of silver solution or some tummy love, and just help it evacuate. Daryl gave us practitioners a challenge in the very beginning. He said, hey, do this for 8 days, see what you get figured out. And like I said, and I had been doing protocols for about 1.5 years, maybe even 2 years by that point, right? So my diet was fairly good and I had been doing lots of coffee enemas. Nonetheless, and I know this is live on Facebook, but the inside of my vagina, can't even say the word live. Okay, it would have felt like raw cords inside, right? So you're gonna do a little personal self-inspection, right? And you're gonna feel what it's like on the inside. After that 8 days, it was like a baby's bum on the inside. It was wonderful and it was incredible.
And if I can say something, you're going to start off with infinite iodine. And just so you know, everyone, I'll make this perfectly clear. Nobody has an iodine like ours. Infinite iodine's pure. We actually have our C patients, okay, with stage 4 inflammation, or people that have a chronic illness, they're taking 1.5 ounces. You did that with any other iodine, you would lose weight and blow your thyroid right through the roof. You'd lose too much weight, actually. You couldn't do it. It would probably take you down. So we have the only pure, are you ready? Our iodine is the only pure organic vaccine on the planet. It'll neutralize a virus in 15 seconds, all the way from COVID to HIV. Now, and what first you do is you'll take like a teaspoon, okay? Up to a teaspoon of infinite iodine and put it in the vaginal canal and disinfect it. Okay, 3 minutes, 5 minutes later, you'll do the vaginal infusion. When you're all done the vaginal infusion, then you'll put in the Beyond Ormus electrolyte, okay, minerals. And I'll tell you why. You can't mix them with the vaginal infusion because there's too much electricity. It will liquefy it. So we don't want to liquefy it. So at the end of that, if you want to take the highest electrical form of trace minerals and you want to absorb it better than your mouth, whatever, you're going to put it into the vaginal canal and you are going to light up your pelvis. You do those 3 steps. Infinite iodine, vaginal infusion, Beyond Ormus electrolyte minerals, and you just need to do it once, and then you're going to know. And then we have women that have, they call it cancer, okay? We just call it stage 4 inflammation, okay? And they'll start doing this, and then they'll get parasites coming out. I had a woman where her actual fibroid tumor fell out of her vagina, okay? Because that's what happens. It's when you bring the vibration up, everything gets kicked out. We're talking about mucus ropes coming out. We're talking about parasites coming out. We're talking about things that we don't even know what they are, okay? So that pelvic girdle, okay, of a woman can get in really bad trouble. And please, women, please don't take this wrong, but when it smells fishy downstairs, you've got big trouble in River City, okay? And understand this, most people don't know this, but 8% of all women have a fistula. Do you know what that is? That's where the poop is stagnated in your large intestine so long it ate a tunnel right into your vagina. 8% of women, 8 out of 100 women are actually pooping in their vagina right now. So the whole conspiracy of food corporations and pharma was to get our pelvic girdle, whether it's a man or a woman, to rot out. 25 years ago, colon cancer and rectal cancer was number 27. It is now almost number 2, and it'll be number 2 by next year. Isn't that kind of funny, number 2? Okay. And it's not that funny, Daryl. Anyway, so, and understand something. Are you ready for this? In 5 years, okay, the last 5 years, prostate cancer in men has climbed 40%. And you know what? Here's the stats. It will climb a minimum of 400% by 2030. And guess what? They're stating that every man over the age of 40 will have prostatitis or prostate cancer, okay? Not every man, 80% of all men over 40. And you know what? They're probably right, but it's just a setup. And if we could just clean our colons and clean our liver, okay? And with you women, guess what? If it wasn't for your period, okay, you wouldn't be living longer and you wouldn't be living stronger, okay? And the reality is that the vaginal canal is the holy grail for all women. And guess what? For those of you that are in Calgary, Alberta, Sandra, isn't the course just coming up in about 12 days?
Yep. Friday the 27th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Calgary.
It's a 3-day women's pelvic restoration course. You'll have never been to anything like this in your life. I will give you a money-back guarantee. Take the whole course, and if you want your money back, I'll do it, because there's no way you're going to ask. We're also doing it in Ixtapa, October the 29th. I start the Whole Life Health Certified, then the Wolf Non-Surgical Certified here, and then the 3-day pelvic course in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico. Come on down and have a holiday and join us. And then we're going to be in LA in the middle of January, okay? And then we're going to be back here again in February in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo for all 3 courses. And then we're going to be at Food Forest Abundance at Jim Gale's place, 45 minutes out of St. Cloud. We're building a Dock of Detox World Healing and Training Center on his sovereign Food Forest Abundance property. And that's where our new clinic will be. We'll have one down here. We have one there. And we also have a Dock of Detox clinic, okay? And it's in West Kelowna in Canada. So we've covered all 3 countries. There you go.
Perfect. Okay, let's just jump back to C60 if you don't mind, Daryl. One
Can
question is,
no, but can I just do a couple things here?
yeah, of course.
Can you order the vaginal infusions? If you download the PDG free.com guide, that's this book, guys. It's absolutely a masterpiece. You'll never read anything like it that just show you so many recipes and eating, the perfect day diet, from your nose to your toes, how you can take massive action. It's all here, okay? And we put thousands of hours into this, and this is our gift to you. And if you want to purchase it, it's $95, okay? Let me see here. How do you get on a Zoom call? Well, you go to bhnuniversity.com and you grab the Zoom link, Anita, okay? All right? Dr. Wolf, I'm ready to fly and see you and take the courses. I'm bringing my mom who has been diagnosed with lung cancer. She believes they have wronged her. Well, they have, but she can't have hate, love. It'll just make it even worse. Okay, unconditional love here. Let's start today and let's just have unconditional love. And if you could please take a look at this. I can whip through this really quick, Sandra. If you go in here and take a look at nebulizing, and your mother goes and nebulizes like her life depends on it. You don't have to believe me. I bet you that this year, not this year, in the last 2 years, from nebulizing silver bullet immunity, okay, it's a liquid, by nebulizing bright eyes fulvic eye drops, by nebulizing infinite iodine, and you can put the bright eyes fulvic and the silver bullet immunity together, and you can nebulize those, but the infinite iodine has to go on its own, and you want to keep switching them. Guess what? And if you nebulize, get a portable nebulizers. Can you grab me the portable nebulizer, please, and the home one? If you take a portable nebulizer like this has infinite iodine in it, guys. Let me show you. And you start nebulizing. Just know this, guys. Okay, the fan's blowing, but can you see it come out? Anyways, so if you start nebulizing, remember something, you've got a powder, it's okay. Then you've got a liquid, it's okay. But a gas, and you breathe it through your nose, it goes into your lungs. It goes into the back of your eye. It goes into your ear canal. It goes down your throat. It goes into your bloodstream. It goes into your brain. What do you think that's going to do? Did you know that the FDA threw out 350 of these and told me that if I ever buy any more nebulizers, that they'll shut Doc and Detox down? Meanwhile, you can buy a nebulizer anywhere. It's because it's what we put in it. So understand, you get your mother, everybody in the world, buy a nebulizer, start nebulizing, and tell me that I'm wrong. Okay? You will clean out your lungs. You will not be getting the COVID. You will not have sinus problems. You are going to see a huge difference. You can even nebulize Marigen, calcium ion therapy, and it'll go right into your blood and lungs and everywhere else. Understand, here's the Holy Grail. And then you can buy a home nebulizer where you could actually take the mask, put it on like that mask, and fall asleep, and then just breathe it in all night long until you wake up and want to take it off. Here it is right here. This is a home nebulizer, guys. I'm serious. You know what? I'm going to tell you. You want to go to a cancer clinic and spend tens of thousands of dollars, or do you want to nebulize your butt off and get nutraceutical action into everywhere in your body? And I'm not telling you not to go to cancer clinics. I'm saying we can build a protocol at home that will knock your socks off. Just to remember, though, that sometimes, you know, the environment you live in help cause the disease, right? But anyways, that's what I would do with your mother, and also get her colon and her bowels cleaned before she comes, and start doing the nebulizing. And Denise, if you want to call, get a consultation, okay, all right, with me, and guess what? We will prime your mother up so when she comes here, if we do any work with her, okay, it's going to be worth 100 times more the effort, 100 times more. I want everybody to understand something right now, and I want you to get this in very clearly. I don't want your money. I don't want your money unless you are determined to come and take massive personal action and you really want to heal yourself. I don't want you coming because somebody's forcing you to come. I don't want you to come because you're scared to die. I want you to come because you want to thrive and you want to live. And I mean it. I mean it, okay? I'm done with people pointing the finger at us because we're natural health and, of course, we're ambulance chasers and we're going to steal people's money. So enough of that. I will not be disrespected and I will not disrespect anybody. But I will not be disrespected and either will Doc of Detox, okay? Because we have put our life on the line every time we come online because hardly anybody talks like this. And you know why? Because guess what? Whether you like it or not, I have unconditional love for you whether you like me or not, okay? And that's the God's truth. All right. I don't think we have much more. Can I buy a clapper? Go, everybody, just go to docofdetoxstore.com, okay? And we have a huge sale on this week, okay? All right? And today's Tuesday and tomorrow's Wednesday. And our IGF 25,000 is on a super sale, but we're up to 40% off on our sale that we have this week, okay? Lost 13 pounds and continue to lose more. Good for you, girl. I just got all my stuff to get my health back on track. Been wearing the eyeglasses, the Tesla eyewear now, but my left eye with the floater is really hurting me bad. Okay, you've got to take the bright eyes and you've got to put a drop in your eye every 15 minutes. And guess what? After you do it about 4 to 6 times, you probably won't even see the floater. Here's what people do. You think like it's like a prescription drug. If you take one pill, you'll have a thrill. You'll be numbed right out. You won't feel a thing. All the pain will be gone. But if you take 2, it could kill you. No. We only deal with nutraceuticals. There's no toxic dose. If you take the bright eyes, don't do it like it says, 1 drop twice a day. That's to make the FDA okay. You want to do 1 drop every 15 minutes. Okay, if your eye gets a little red, back off and then go back at it again. If you've got a 20-foot hole, don't put a 5-foot ladder in because climbing it 4 times isn't going to get you out. Okay? And if you've got any of my products or you've got a problem, you call me. I'm not going to lie to you, try to sell you things. Okay? All right? I swear to God. Okay? All right? But if I know something that's going to help you, I'm going to let you know that. Okay? What can I do to heal bone marrow? Okay, well, that would be Merigen. That's your best deal to heal the bone marrow would be Merigen. And also the Beyond Ormus Minerals, because you need lots of electrolytes coming in. Okay, but understand, you wouldn't have a bone marrow problem unless you had a bowel problem and a liver problem. Trust me, you got it. You've got that problem, okay? All right? Everybody wants to know what to do, and then people don't follow through. Do you know why? They're not lazy. They're not procrastinating. They've been only taught that they're allowed to love themselves this much, and it's going to take that much to heal you. You understand? You understand. You understand. Okay. What do you mean structured water? I have filtered water tap. Well, you can filter your water, but structured water hydrates 1,000% better. This is a structured water unit. I carry it everywhere where I go, and I don't buy bottled water because that's totally poisonous. I don't buy bottled water because it's totally poisonous. I will put this underneath a tap, and I will run it through here, and guess what? Frequency, the invisible supersedes the physical. And I know you don't believe it, but look at Dr. Gerald Pollack's work, and he tells you that, guess what? What about this, guys? What about rainwater? It's full of little Billy's chemicals. It had acid rain in it before. It comes down. It doesn't hurt the birds, the bees, the flowers, the trees, the microorganisms. The crops are still growing just as good as they were 500 years ago. And it's all about structuring that happens in the ozone created by our Creator. Well, we do the same thing. I'll run water through this, and I'm not telling you not to filter it. I'm not telling you not to have your ozonated water, even though there's no ozone in it. That's just a fad. And then distilled water, that doesn't hydrate or detoxify properly. I don't know where these guys are talking like this, but you run distilled water through here, and then it's going to really detoxify because structured water, okay, actually hydrates 1,000% better than any other water, even better than Kangen water, electrolyte water. And I'm not telling you not to do that, water. I'm telling you structuring is a whole different game, and it's under $300. And we'll give you a 90-day money-back guarantee. And you can buy a whole house unit. You can buy a pool unit. This is a shower unit that'll last you for life. You screw that on right here. You put your shower head on. And guess what? There's no filter. But guess what? You'll have soft, silky, structured water. Your hair's going to feel amazing. Your eyes aren't going to burn anymore. And you're not going to be taking a shower in a gas chamber. I'm giving you 90 days, okay? And that's from the time it gets to your house. You'll see. All right. I'm done. How do you like it? There, how's that?
Oh, we got lots on Zoom here. Never fear. More people want to talk to you. Okay. Let's just
Never
quickly.
fear. Start with your rear.
That's right.
Hey, guys gotta have some fun, okay?
So many
Sandra?
people love pooping in the pelvis, and they'll call up Daryl, and they'll call the toll-free line going, did that guy just say it, pooping in the pelvis? Did he just say it live? And I'm like, yep, he says it all the time.
Oh, guess what, guys? Okay, so I just did a pooping in the pelvis country song. I did a pooping in the pelvis disco song. I did a pooping in the pelvis, come on, Daryl. I've got 4 different genres, and they're all going to be released in 10 days, okay? And I want everybody to put some dance in your pants and some poo in the toilet. Okay, there you go.
Woohoo! Okay.
Woohoo,
And
look at me poo.
sooner or later, we're going to have group toilets, because if you show up to the course, Daryl will say, oh, you want to go to the bathroom together, and we'll compare what happens. So someday we're going to have a picture lined up all the toilets, and we're going to sit there and smile. Okay.
And you know why, guys? Because every bowel movement is a computer printout on your emotional and physical behavior from the day before. How's that looking?
Exactly. Let's just quickly touch back on C60. One question was, what is it? It's the most powerful antioxidant component that we know of on the globe, and it is made